Scotty, you're okay, man. It's good to see you.
We're still meeting today, aren't we?
Absolutely, I wouldn't miss it.
I've got a ton of questions for you.
Bob's got the answers, man. All right, I'll see you later. Hey, Scotty. Jesus, man.
I don't know if what happened to me was real or if it was just a dream. Not even sure that that matters anymore. If you're gonna believe any of this, or even understand it, I feel like I'm gonna have to start at the beginning.
Who are you?
How are you?
Same David, different sea of life.
Hello. You don't know me, Rach. Hello. You don't know me.
You want to reach the world? You gotta do it. Do the movie.
Holy man. Undercover. I can tell you what it says in here, but it's up to you to believe.
I want you to start at the beginning. Can you teach me everything?
It's all about who's telling the story.
David. David. Morning.
I got a story for you. I'm a kid from Kansas, small town outside of Dodge City. I grew up in a Mennonite community. My father was a Mennonite pastor.
If you don't know what a Mennonite is, the Mennonites make the Mormons look like a pack of Hell's Angels.
I remember nothing but wheat in front of me, and back of me, and left of me, and right of me. Nothing but this endless ocean of wheat. I had this little dream inside of me to be in the entertainment industry. I didn't know where that came from. I saw one movie in the theater the first 18 years of my life. Movies just weren't even in my DNA. I believe that God puts dreams, desires, hopes inside of all of us. And no matter where you're from or what kind of a life you came from, that He can use those things. But I had a dream and gave that dream to Him. I said, Dad, I want to leave Bible school and I want to go to Hollywood. They said, as long as you serve the Lord and keep Him first in your life, we support you in whatever you want to do. They had instilled that in me early on, and so going to Hollywood at 19, the Lord was first. I didn't know anybody. I lived in a little single apartment on Venice Beach. From Kansas to Venice Beach, it was like mind-blowing. I jumped right in. 6 months after I was there, I was on a hit TV show called Evening Shade with Burt Reynolds.
Are we gonna talk about sex?
Probably, yes.
All of a sudden, I was surrounded by all these legends that I had no idea who they were. I'd never seen any of their movies.
Hi.
Hi.
Great.
Compliments of Mr. McMillan. He wishes you a very happy Thanksgiving.
Come on, identify yourself now!
I'm not one of them.
Thus began my entry into Hollywood's nightlife.
Get up on your feet.
Oh, please take me home with you.
Hey, what are you doing? Popcorn fights are against the rule.
Coach, they're tired of being laughed at all the time. It's no fun anymore.
Not supposed to be fun.
So fun time. No, man, now's the time to party. No, man.
Hey, radios aren't allowed at camp.
Shut up, man. Get out of my face.
I did my first Christian film in the early 90s. I was like 19 years old when I did that.
And I thought I was only going to do one Christian movie and then just kind of go back to the mainstream thing.
But that's how God opened the door. On one of my breaks in between seasons he gave me this Christian movie to do, a little movie called Second Glance. And he continued to provide opportunities in the Christian film world.
Well, how's it going with her?
You know, Dad, everybody just sees me as a nice guy, that's all. Nobody wants to date her, you know.
Oh, come on, son, you'll meet the right one. Just be patient.
Yeah, patience.
Soon and very soon, there's going to be a time of judgment on this earth like never before. Just prior to the return of Christ, the Bible calls the Great Tribulation. I'll tell you, Dad, I'm fed up. I don't know how much more I can take. You know what's going on tomorrow night? A big party at Randy's house. Everybody's going to be there, except for me, of course, because I'm too good to go.
Come on, son.
I'm not impacting anyone for Christ, Dad. They just see me as a nice guy, that's all.
You're just feeling sorry for yourself.
No, I'm missing all the fun.
No, you're missing all the sin.
Some of the early movies were, you know, Christian movies have always had this cheese kind of factor. And I was like, Lord, I'm kind of done doing Christian movies. Can't I go back and I do another network show or something like that?
Where did they get to have all the fun? Wish I was never a believer.
And I was on that show with people like Hilary Swank. Leo DiCaprio was right next door on Growing Pains, who had just started rocketing up in their careers. And I was like, Lord, Christian movies are great, but could I have the rocket strapped to my back?
You ever wish you were someone else so that you could be free to live the life you were supposed to?
Look, you play the hand you were dealt. I see you in church.
In my mid-20s, things started to dry up. I got fired off the show by Burt Reynolds. And then all of a sudden, for me, it like plateaued, and then started to go down.
I'm hurting inside. I need something.
I'm sorry, I can't give you anything without a prescription.
Here's your damn prescription!
I mean, I still worked some, but it was like, you know, you couldn't get a job to save your life. All right, I'm late.
Look at you. I told you this was your last chance. I will ruin you in this town.
Show me rage. Nice.
And for me, it was like, Lord, why in the world would you let me taste my dream if you're only going to just take it away from me? Why would you do that to me after I served you faithfully in all these things?
Why? What do you want from me?
Does anybody here know what the guy that did the right thing got? Nada!
What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do?
Things weren't going the way that I thought they should be going. That downward spiral, the bottom was when I finally said, Lord, I let go of what I want and I want to do what you want. I can't do it alone, God. Help me. And then he started to give me these dreams, these desires about the whole Christian film industry. God reshifted my dream a little bit about what it is that I really wanted to do.
It had all the ingredients of the perfect scam. One convict.
I was doing a movie called Mercy Streets at the time. I played twins, a preacher and a con man.
Introducing David White.
Give me the gun before you hurt yourself.
They always say life imitates art in so many different ways. And for me, I made a choice at that point. Was I going to be a con man or was I going to be a preacher, so to speak?
Look at that poor sap. His heart may be in the right place, but is anybody listening? No. To spread the word of the Lord around here, kid, you gotta use the media. Do you want to be like him? Holy men, undercover. Are you with us?
Convince people that selling their souls is a good thing, that they'll be making their lives and the lives of their families better.
Warning bells should have been going off. I should have spent more time praying about this decision. But looking at her, how could I say no?
David. Morning. You don't want to sleep away your first day on vacation, do you?
I met my wife looking across this very hip church in Malibu at the time. My buddy's like, dude, check out that girl. I like to say that I was attracted to the way that she worshiped the Lord. I don't have a problem having a conversation with pretty much anybody, but I could not have a conversation with her for almost 2 years until he was growing her up.
You moved to Hollywood to be a missionary.
Uh-huh.
What makes you so sure that we're not happy?
Are you? And it's just an interesting thing how God has his timing. Once the Lord lifted the fence, it was about a year and then we were married.
You better go. Before you do something you'll regret.
The years passed quickly, and with them came children, bills, and responsibilities. There was never enough time, money, or freedom.
People respect a man of achievement. How can I guide people in their lives when it looks like I can't do anything with mine?
It's not all about the glitz and the glamour, James. God looks at the heart, not the car. And you got me.
You have to love me. We're married.
I love my life.
I just wish that God would see fit to give me a piece of that.
Proud of you.
No regrets about not marrying a senator.
There never were. It does say that God made us to be suitable helpers for our husbands.
Yeah, but do you really believe in the Bible? All the miracles and stuff?
Yeah, I do.
You gonna be all right?
For the first time ever, I know who I am and where I'm going.
The average American will watch the television about 762,000 hours in his lifetime. In contrast, he will only read the word of the Lord about 5.
In the early 90s, maybe 3 Christian films a year would come out. There was really no Christian studio making these films on a consistent basis. 150 million people go to church once a month. Obviously, there's a hunger out there for positive, inspirational, spiritual entertainment. I had an appreciation for this niche that really didn't exist, but I felt like it should exist. The Lord said, why don't you do something about it? God had said, go be a distributor. And I don't want you to depend on those studios because they're not going to align up with the evangelistic movies. I said, okay, I'll start where I'm at. In 2005, we created Flix to make these films on a consistent basis. Our mission statement is to make films that uplift and bring people to higher levels of insight to who God is and the purpose that He has for their lives. Hold on. Come on, come on, come on.
Get down! Stay down!
I never believed in my heart. Can I still be saved?
We really felt like it was important to put this kind of product, this content out on a consecutive basis.
A consistent flow of life-affirming messages.
We've released almost 80 films and have really kept that consistency going.
Man.
David, why are you always so sad?
Hey, you're back. Why are you back?
We produce about 6 to 8 films in-house a year.
We started on the DVD basis, and in later years, we've started going into the theaters. We just felt like the Lord wanted us to expand more for His kingdom in a wider arena.
Did I mention the wholesale discount package? 30% price reduction on off-season when you buy in bulk.
Stop now, stop. Mister, you're a fine salesman. There's no denying that.
It's been exciting to see how the Lord is expanding this genre. PureFlix really is the leading content provider in this space. So there was actually an alternative to what is out there on the television, you know, in the theaters on a regular basis.
I wish you not to do that.
It's for my father. He's very traditional.
Yes.
Hello, my brother. It is time.
Yes, brother. Allah Akbar.
I am starving.
You're a long way from home.
Hi. It's a classic fish out of water story, a story about this youth pastor, Brother White.
I'm James White. I'm the pastor at the Divine Faith.
He lands in an all-black church in a very poor, rundown section of Atlanta, and comedy ensues.
Good morning. Y'all must be the Whites.
What?
For some reason, I was hoping this trip would be different.
Lori, it was one phone call.
Of course it was. It's always one something.
What do you want me to do?
That should tell you there's a problem.
My marriage used to be warmer than this. For the last 43 days, my wife has impersonated a sub-zero freezer. Whatever happened to happily ever after?
I don't regret marrying and having a family. I regret not really understanding what that life would look like.
To the testament of the other filmmakers that have made, you know, some of those cheesy movies, and I've been in some of the cheesy movies, you know, along the lines, it's the gospel in there. But what I think that we're doing better is we're making more organic, real characters. And so when they actually speak that gospel, the characters are more believable.
You're not a Jesus freak, are you? A freaky Bible guy. Quoting scriptures all day long, trying to convert people.
And that, I think, is the key, the linchpin.
We have information that the CIA has been investigating certain biblical or apocalyptic events.
Whoa. Are you kidding me?
In the last days, the people of Iran and the people of Russia form an alliance whose main purpose is to obliterate Israel.
You think about in the 50s and going into the 60s, most of the films were films for the church, a wholesome entertainment. And then what happened is that the church kind of packed up and left Hollywood. There's a lot of folks that want to make their R-rated movies. You can just go through, you know, the 7 deadly sins and say, let's put that in, let's put more of that in.
You know what's entertaining? Guns. When you see a gun on a TV show, you know you're in for a ride. I want cops and robbers, cowboys, detectives.
Put your hands on the camera all the time.
Wayne Adams, put the gun down. Adios, amigo.
Kill the target and anyone that stands in your way.
Wait! I think I got it.
I was a different person once. I did a lot of
David.
terrible things.
David.
I know where you're coming from. I've been there. Yeah, I've been there. Doesn't matter what you've done in the past. You can wipe it all away and start a whole new life. Jesus is the bridge.
You waiting for someone?
It looks like he's out at the moment.
Well, maybe that's why he sent me.
Okay. Why do you hate God?
This is ridiculous.
It's a very simple question, Professor. Why do you hate God?
Because he took everything away from me. Yes, I hate God. All I have for him is hate.
God's Not Dead really was the first theatrical that we took out. God's Not Dead is the 5th most profitable movie in cinema history. It's like the Blair Witch Project. Nobody would ever even look at it if it hadn't done those numbers.
His ribs are crushed. His lungs are filling with blood. He doesn't have long.
Do you know Jesus?
I'm an atheist.
I believe it's God's mercy that brought me here right now.
I'm here to tell you that it's a gift. Because the God that you don't believe in has given you another chance. Another chance to change your final answer.
Do you accept him as Lord and Savior?
Expect.
You plant a little seed, and then it's amazing to see what the Lord does with it. And obviously, PureFlix now is the #1 independent faith studio in the world.
Beginning to think you are who you say you are.
Well, who else would I be?
In Hollywood, no one is who they seem to be.
Everybody kind of, they're like, well, now you're going to retire, or what are you going to do next? Are you going to go do mainstream movies like you really want to do? After God's Not Dead, we kind of figured, well, great. We spent 10 years. Finally, God's Not Dead broke through. Okay, we can relax. And then the Lord says, no, I want you to go do this. People vote in the theaters on what they want to see. The people are hungry for content like this. And ultimately, we always say that prayer, Lord, expand our territories for your kingdom. If we stand by and do nothing, pressure that we're feeling today is going to mean persecution tomorrow.
What makes you so sure?
The message of the gospel has us standing in the way of a lot of things that powerful people want. And our resistance to change that message, because it's not ours to change, has made us a lot of enemies. Whether we admit it or not, we're at war, not against flesh and blood, but against the powers of this world, against the spiritual forces in the heavenly realms. And if we insist on denying that, then we've already lost. If I don't help them, how will they? Maybe I don't want the responsibility. I'm tired of fighting. It's never enough for everyone that I save. 100 or
It matters a great deal to that one person. The choice is yours.
Do you know I've been preaching to the same people for 15 years and nothing changes? Can't somebody else do it?
Can't somebody else be you? No, nobody would want to be you right now.
I was just thinking what it would be like to not be part of the rat race.
You'd be lost.
Maybe.
Let's come together and
I don't believe you're on my guest list.
I know you're moving money.
The only money here tonight is to benefit troubled teens, children.
I know what you are. See, these people, they're just not used to seeing a criminal look like you do.
When is this gonna end?
Buddy, that's entirely up to you. You feel like you're at the end of your rope? Have you thought about just giving up?
I gotta tell you, Dave, we've been partners for 5 years. Okay, and you're just as unhappy right now as you were the day we met.
Well, it's part of my charm.
Happy place?
What is that?
A place in your memory. It's something in the past, and when you think about it, it makes you happy.
I don't know, I guess I'm waiting for things that haven't happened yet.
Stop! Just wait!
You need help, David. The kind I can't give you. If you put some faith in God, maybe you wouldn't be taking pills and be stressed out all the time.
What are you talking about?
Maybe you'd stop shutting me out.
I'm just trying to make sense of this. Do you think that I want this? I don't want this. I just need your help.
Don't, David. You're scaring me.
I don't get what you're doing, Lord. I was supposed to be a great man, a leader. But instead, I feel like I'm nothing. Help me to be anybody except who I am. It's like I got this weight inside me, pulling me down for all the things that I've done. But the weight keeps coming back. I can't run from it.
Reports keep coming in from all over the globe confirming it as true. To say that the world is in a state of shock this morning would be to understate the situation.
It was an event foretold thousands of years ago by the prophets of the Bible. God has fulfilled a major prophecy before our eyes.
We're in the end times. You can't tackle all of it in any particular movie, so we're kind of working our way through there. Hopefully we have a little bit more time to make some more movies.
Life was filled with guns and war, and everyone got trampled on the floor. I wish we'd all been ready. Children died, the days grew cold. A piece of bread could buy a bag of gold. I wish we'd all been ready. There's no time to change our mind. The sun has come and you've been left behind. A man and wife asleep in bed. She hears a noise and turns her head. He's gone. I wish we'd all been free.
If you know you're going to a good place, then why do you still fight?
Because of you. For everyone who's still out there, there's still a chance. And that's worth fighting for.
You're a good man. I almost forgot what one looked like. You might be the last one on earth.
It's over.
You're under arrest.
For what?
Contempt of court. You failed to produce your sermons upon court order.
Please put your hands behind your back. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
Oh, you got it!
Need a lift?
Sounds fine to me.
Let's rock and roll, baby.
Hey,
Hey, you.
so good to see you.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Are you sure?
I'm fine. I still remember Saturday morning cartoons, must-see TV, news fair and balanced. There was freedom then, freedom to do terrible things, but freedom all the same.
Does that make sense?
More than you know.